So growing up in the Bronx in the 80s and 90s, I didn't have a lot of access to pools, but I had this bright idea that I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. So I joined the Navy and found out that in order to be a SEAL, you had to be able to pass a 500-yard swim, which there was no way I was going to be able to do. When I got to my first command, which was Naval Hospital Camp Pendleton, I remember running 3 miles to the pool and jumping in and flailing around, and then finally I humbled myself and I asked the lifeguard, hey, can you walk me through the steps of learning how to swim from the lifeguard tower? And he said, absolutely. And then a few weeks later, I met a lieutenant colonel who took me under his wing and really taught me how to swim. At the same time, I didn't learn with fins, I just learned without fins. And it wasn't until I showed up to SEAL training and I realized that I needed to learn how to swim with fins. And that led to not too many good things. I failed almost every swim in SEAL training, and then it was supposed to be 85 minutes, turned into 2-hour swims for me. But eventually, after I graduated from Hell Week, I was rolled 2 classes and they taught me how to properly swim, but then I ended up getting kicked out of SEAL training at second phase because I failed the second phase times. And I remember when I got kicked out of SEAL training, it was very disheartening because I tried for years to get to reach this goal of becoming a Navy SEAL, and then it was like that goal was taken away from me, and I felt like a failure in that moment. But something happened in my mind just switched, and I came to the realization that, you know what, I could take that failure and I could learn from it. I could take it and actually apply the lessons, which is, you know, learn how to swim with fins, learn how to get that stroke down. And so I took that failure, turned it into a lesson, and the very next day I was in the pool just working as hard as I could. And eventually I got back into SEAL training 2 years later, and I crushed almost every swim that I had to do. And that was when I learned that lesson even more firmly, which is, you know, a failure is only a failure if you don't learn from it. If you learn from that failure, then it turns into a lesson, and that lesson could lead to success.